So, good morning, my lovely ladies. I am totally blown away by the people who have watched my videos and left comments on it. I've learned so much from the questions that you've asked me. So, this is why I want to invite you back to my consulting room so that I can answer a few questions. So, I'm going to start by making comments on the clinical significant questions first. So, I want to talk about what to do when you have bleeding around the menopause period. But first, let's go back to high school biology. So when we were young, during our reproductive period, we have plenty of eggs in our ovaries. So during the first half of the cycle, we produce estrogen, which causes the lining of the womb to grow. And mid-cycle, around day 14, out pops the egg. Now, after the egg has popped, the incubator, which we call the corpus luteum, starts to produce progestogen. The progestogen is important because it causes the lining of the womb to mature in preparation for pregnancy. And if a pregnancy doesn't happen, then we shed this lining of the womb, in which case we call it a period. And this is the very reason why if you have an intact uterus, you will need to have progestogen as well as estrogen if you're receiving menopause hormone therapy. And when we were young in the premenopause period, this cycle happens on a monthly basis very regularly. But during the menopause transition period, when we are starting to run out of eggs, these hormones become chaotic because in some cycles we can't pop an egg, and some cycles we still pop an egg. And of course, in postmenopause, when we have no more eggs left in the bottom, well, there's no more hormones, everything's flat. So it makes it very easy. We just need to replace estrogen and progestogen. So let's go back to the question about menopause bleeding. Now, I typically divide the bleeding into perimenopause bleeding and also postmenopause bleeding. Now, it is not uncommon during the menopause transition or the perimenopause period that your periods can become irregular and also lighter or heavier. But if this bleeding goes on for too long, is too heavy, then you should go and see your doctor. Now, as for postmenopause bleeding, that is, if you have already been through no bleeding for more than 12 months and suddenly you bleed again, now that's definitely not normal. Now, in that situation, it is very important that you make an appointment and see your doctor about it because you will need to have some more investigations, and the investigations may require ultrasound to assess the lining of the womb, an examination to make sure that we can find the source of the bleed and then do something about it. So I hope this video has been useful and answered some of the questions that I was asked from my last video. And if you've learned something new, it's been useful, give me a like and follow for more.